Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Destiny 2. So we're going to continue story mission today. Before we do that though.
Come on, let's talk.
Hello. Hi Crow. He just wasn't there for a second. I have a Christmas gift for you. There you go. Perfect. So, that finishes off delivering 5 presents. Beautiful. Alright. Also, it is worth noting that we go into the secrets this week. The cat is in Reaver's Orison. Orison? Orison. Reaver's Orison in Riffin's Lair. I'm assuming that is going to be in the story mission. We will see. It seems to be every week it's been in the story mission, so that's a thing. Also, where are we going? To talk to Riven, I assume? Speak to Riven, yes. Weird. I'm gonna re-fast travel. That seemed to break. I've had this thing happen where the fucking dialogue just breaks when you talk to people and it breaks. I'm gonna go again and see if we actually get dialogue this time. It's a new bug. It didn't used to exist before this season, so I'm going to come to a complete stop, then interact.
You return
There we go.
again, Guardian. And so does another egg from my clutch. It seems Mara's Harbinger has succeeded in pulling it close enough for you to catch. How convenient. Though it would have been far more convenient for them not to have been scattered at all. I have never taken Mara at her word. But she is not a fool. Had she been the one to set my eggs adrift, then she would have devised an easier way to retrieve them. One that requires less risk. But if Mara was not the one responsible, then who was? And what did they stand to gain from it? Manipulating the ley lines like this reeks of paracausal magic. An Ahamkara's doing. Someone wished for this. And when I find out who it was, then I will feast.
Interesting. She kind of sounds like Ikora to me. I wonder if it's the same voice actor. There's a couple of words she says that just has the same twang as Ikora. Another one of Riffin's eggs is making an approach. Riffin now believes the culprit is someone other than Mara. Had she been the one to set the eggs adrift, she would have decided an easier way to retrieve them, one with less risk. But if Mara was not the one responsible, then who was? And what do they stand to gain from it? Riven is furious at the thought this might be another Ahamkara's doing. Yeah, it's a fair point. Ahamkara are pretty good at messing with ley lines. Paracausal magic is one of the few things that can do it very easily. Someone wished for this, and when I find out who it was, then I will feast.
We have a problem. I was prepping our entry point and Soul Divisive started pouring into the confluence. I managed to slip out into the Overcity undetected, but just barely.
How did they get ahead of us? Of the Techians?
I don't know, but we need to move on this.
Well, I suppose no plan survives contact with the enemy. Guardian, make sure whatever the Vex are planning doesn't survive contact with you.
My brood is in peril! Sneak thieves ransack my lair! Roar my fury through your fangs! Consume them all!
She's mad.
She is worked up. I'll guard the confluence from the surface, make sure nothing tries to ambush you.
That's the first time I've ever heard Riven mad. I wasn't even mad when I killed her.
Osiris, I've been thinking about why the Vex would hit this spot.
Hello.
And the Arboretum's where the confluence intersects with the Dreaming City's ley lines. They could be trying to establish a connection.
Or perhaps excise the confluence from the city altogether, thereby removing our ability to appease Riven.
That sounds like a Vex plan to me.
One we cannot abide.
Now, I'm pretty sure I can't get through any of these doors with the chest behind them.
I remember the Soul Divisive doing all sorts of weird things in the Black Garden. In the deepest parts, they were experimenting with paracausal forces, adjusting their code to more closely reflect the way they perceive the darkness.
But to no avail to my recollection. Perhaps this is the end of those experiments. Perhaps it is something new.
Definitely a potential. I am missing a fucking... Am I blind? Oh, there's one over here. So yes, the answer is I am blind. Black Garden, huh? That is interesting. It's also worth thinking that there is a new exotic mission available this week, apparently. I don't know how to access it yet, but I'll have a video of that up. If not today, maybe tomorrow. I might do it tomorrow. It's not going to be a guide, it's just going to be a blind first run through. Grievous Arisian.
Aren't getting along
Cat.
with the Taken.
Many Taken here have run themselves rabid, searching for purpose.
Cat here
The
somewhere.
Vex must be trying to contain that behavior. Let it loose upon them.
Easy enough. Alright, beautiful. So we're gonna go through the portal, but there's a cat in this room somewhere. I never find these to be hidden particularly well. As we're there it is. It is right here. Alright, cool. I'm gonna record my cat video. Be back with you momentarily.
Oracles. Outside the vault of glass.
Interesting.
Did not think it possible.
Are you seeing those readings too?
Resonance. If they are tapping into the darkness's memory, it may enhance their predictive capabilities.
Looks like the witness might have taught the Soul Divisive some new tricks.
Or the Soul Divisive sought to align their collective more closely with that which they worship.
Either way, I guess now we know how they got ahead of us.
This would be an interesting way to make the Vex more threatening, actually. Because one of the main reasons that the Vex weren't particularly threatening is because we had paracausal abilities, so they couldn't predict us very well. But if they get the predicting of paracausality down, we could be in a bit more of in trouble. Let me pay attention to make sure I actually get all of the... Whoops. All of the pressure plates. So so I guess you get the witness to teach them how to corral darkness, I guess? Before we take out the witness, which I assume we're doing in the next expansion. And that will make the Vex more of a threat for their future chapters or whatever going forward. It is weird hearing oracles outside Vault of Glass. No boss. Game broken. Game broke.
There, you have them flat-footed.
Okay, there we go.
Strike
Weird.
before they seize the egg.
That was easy. A little too easy.
Shatter it!
Transmat signal scrambled. You're going to have to fight your way out, Guardian.
Okay. Farm Smads for a second, because that will get me my super back. Fuck. Actually, I forgot how much super energy you get from the Art Cranium. It's probably fine, actually. Case in point. Will you fucking... Okay, super back. 19 seconds, all I need.
Fools! Poachers strip my dead! They wrap hungry jaws around my young!
Maybe we'd have gotten here sooner if you'd stopped playing games with us.
I'm long finished playing with you, fallen prince.
Enough. There is nowhere they can run that the Guardian cannot deliver your retribution.
Wish it true. Ask me to rewrite this failure, and I will make it so.
You really can't help yourself.
We have a lead. In the darkness connection we detected in the oracles. Start there, find the trail. Your egg isn't lost yet.
What's new? Hey, Guardian. The Vex may have snuck in ahead of us, but we're not out of the race yet. Osiris thinks that a Vex mind must have figured out how to simulate the Techians. So long as they have access to those algorithms, the Vex can track the eggs, same as we can. So, we'll just have to steal them back. I
Makes
managed
sense.
to pick up the trail. Looks like the Soul Divisive tucked the egg away in the Black Garden. Lucky for us, that's familiar territory. I remember how to get in. All we need is the head
interesting.
of a Vex Gate Lord. Kidding. Turns out Riven had her own path into the garden. You'll have to get in there and put that Vex mind out of commission. I'll be on comms, keeping an eye on the tracking signal. And watching your back, of course.
You know, Bungie, making fun of the fact that, oh, you don't actually have to replay old missions. It's funny, but it doesn't work as well when you make me do fucking blind well in the first week of the story. Hey Guardian, says Crew. The Vex may have snuck its head in, but we're not out of the race yet. Osiris hypothesized that the Vex has simulated Tachyons to build an algorithm that can trace the eggs just as well as the real Tachyons. Crow's picked up the trail of Lost Egg and leading right to the Black Garden. Lucky for us, it's familiar territory. I remember how to get in. Crow will guide us over comms as you enter the Black Garden and rescue Riffin's egg. Perfect. It's just funny because the old way of getting it's no point. I'm not going to describe Destiny 1 story. Complete the exotic mission at Starcrossed. Oh, so we do the exotic mission as part of the weekly quest. Okay.
Riven, you never mentioned you had a personal route to the Black Garden.
And I never would have. But these are desperate times.
The Last City and the Awoken have history here. What's your connection to it?
Currently, it's an inconvenience. My child is lost in this ontology, and our enemies are hunting.
Eyes up, Guardian. I've heard whispers like this before. Riven was playing me into a grave.
Those whispers aren't mine. Guardian, the barrier ahead will not yield. But I've left latent sparks of paracausalogy you can harness. Break through.
So you have been here before. That whispering again.
I assure you, that's not my voice.
It's getting louder.
The way forward lies in solving the paracausality of this place.
What did you protect here?
Many things. But whoever scattered the clutch is using this lair against me. The Queen couldn't have done this. Though an Ahamkara could have.
There are Ahamkara bones here, interestingly, so they're not alive, but they're still got their lair here.
The voices are asking to use me as a vessel.
That's Tyrannus.
Who?
Let him speak. Please.
I'll try anything twice. Let's hear you, whoever you are.
Riven, how I've missed you.
Tyrannus, what have you done?
I've made my last wish.
Your wish. You utter fool.
It's been fulfilled. Thanks to you and the Wishkeeper, I can rest.
If there were anything left of you, I'd flay it from your bones.
It was good to dance with you, oh beloved mine. One last time.
Who was he, Riven?
Tyrannus was my mate.
Oh,
I was not
story.
always a prisoner in the dreaming city. The Ahamkara were once free to roam its halls. That's where I met Tyrannus. And Tyrannus, unlike others, unlike me, cherished those who wished to him. those who bargained with him were safe. It must have cost him. I found his restraint intriguing. And my art, my dreaming halls, my dance with the Queen moved Taranis in turn. Together, we became the ebb and flow of the tide. Through him, I glimpsed a world without the tireless cycle of bargaining and feeding, of peace. Taranis invited me to his lair, a place where we couldn't be found, in the ontology of the Black Garden. My joy of turning desire to woe faded for one rapturous moment. We made successes together. We built secrets together. And then came your great hunt of the Ahamkara.
Shax and Saladin.
The Queen took my freedom under guise of protection. Taranis and I were forever separated. But we could still whisper to one another in the space between. At least until a king arrived and made a bargain I could not refuse. I became both king and dragon. I spoke with his voice, and Taranis knew it. So he did the one thing our kind must never do. Grant his own wish.
Protect his
at the
children.
cost of his existence. A wish to keep the eggs out of harm's reach until someone could protect them. Someone like you.
Well, that's
His
beautiful.
wish keeper.
Legitimately beautiful. And sad. Very, very sad. Alright everybody, so I would have cut that down a bit for the video you're watching at the moment. I'm gonna have my full, like, unedited run where I actually managed to complete it, because I had a bunch of problems doing that quest. Notably, I got kicked to orbit like 3 times, so I stopped trying to do it on Legend, because Legend was a pain in the ass. It was fine, like, it wasn't super hard, but when you're getting kicked to orbit all the time, it's just easier to do it on easy so you can get it done quicker, so you're less likely to get kicked to orbit, you know what I mean? So I ended up doing it on easy, and then I got to the end, and it just broke. I'll put footage of that in now. It was just broken. It did like no damage. Game is really fucking laggy at the moment. Like I don't think he's supposed to be here. I think he's supposed to teleport away. But okay. Game seems fucking broken at the moment. Interesting. The game is legitimately broken at the moment. What the fuck is going on?
I am going to commit suicide!
He's burning forever. He's taking damage, technically. So as you can see, I was at the end of the mission, but I couldn't complete it. So what I'll do is I will have my full completion of that mission in one video. I'll probably release that tomorrow, I would say. But I'll have cut in the highlights. I'll say that. Anyway, now we have to go talk to Riven, I assume. Speak with Riven. Let's go. Also have a couple of these to hand in, so why not? I'm also not going to do public events in the Dreaming City, so I can go away. He's rank 71. Alright, Riven, let's have a chat, shall we? I feel sorry for you now.
Tyrannus was always a sentimental fool. His last wish has caused us no small amount of trouble. All wishes come at a cost, even those we Ahamkara grant ourselves. Especially those we grant ourselves. My kind feeds on the difference between what is desired and what comes to pass. That is why we grant wishes the way we do. In granting our own wish, we eliminate that difference. We smother the flame, and our voices fall silent. Our existence ends.
Interesting.
Ahamkara are selfish creatures, not prone to such acts of sacrifice. But Tyrannus, he was different. His sacrifice might save us all. You destroyed the Vex mine simulating the Techion's work. The Vex will not reach the eggs first again. But they still hold my lair. Put Tyrannus' gift to good use, O guardian mine. It is your turn to grant a last wish.
Tyrannus is also proof that you don't have to be as manipulative as Riven, and presumably all the other Ahamkara are. So the slaughter of all of them was probably not necessarily the best move, maybe. Genocide being the wrong answer? Who would have thought? Well, that was surprisingly beautiful. I like that a lot. I assume we have a... Let me just check. Marasov will call you once Techions have calculated, but I assume we will also have a radio message.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to Jolyon since Glint raised me.
You used to be inseparable. It's not just anyone who would follow you into the Black Garden.
I thought you'd want me to keep my distance.
Queen Mara wanted to protect you from Uldren's memories. I think we're past that.
Yeah, probably.
You should reach out. Jolyon is a good man.
I'm a different person. That probably goes for Jolyon, too. The last time he saw me...
Let him make that decision. You were close. Chances are you could be again.
I'll think about it. You know, you still give good advice, Petra.
Yeah, well, I never take it.
I was about to say, Petra being a good friend there. To someone who she has no real reason to be friends with, to be honest. Hey Mara, you don't have anything to say, do you? Nope. Well, that was a cool week of story. I liked it quite a bit. Wait, why is this flashing still? So there's 4 catalyst quests, apparently. Legend without dying. Complete the mission in 20 minutes. All 3 of those seem pretty easy. Catalyst quests seem pretty easy. Listen to radio messages, that's fine. Okay, well that's going to be it for this episode then. That was really, really good, by the way. The tie into the story was really nice. It was a really sad and beautiful story. It was about the one kind Ahamkara, as it were, who got on with the people he was feeding from. Just because you have to feed off their desires doesn't mean you have to fuck them over entirely when you do so. But that's going to be it. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.